Chapter 7. Shauna. I have so many questions buzzing in my head as we pull into the courtyard of the castle. I have so many things I want and need to know, but I know I need to hold my tongue. We hear the driver climb off and come round to the door. The door opens, filling the dark interior with bright sunlight. "Ladies," the man at the door says with a bow, "we have arrived at the palace." The guardian nods her thanks as he helps her gracefully down. I, of course, follow behind. I feel like a lost puppy. An elven guard whispers something in Serena's ear as we make our way through one of the curving passages. I am in awe of the grand place. The ceiling reaches up at least 100 feet in some rooms, with large vaulted ceilings with majestic drawings of long ago times. In my distracted walking, I almost run into Serena when she stops. She has brought me to a small council room. A long table made of a dark brown wood fills the room. 6 high-backed chairs surround the table, each intricately carved with a symbol on the top. The most extensive chair is at the end, made of a lighter wood with large spirals, small flowers, and other designs covering the high back. A small elven woman steps out from behind the chair. My mind takes a few seconds processing how shockingly beautiful she is, with her porcelain skin, bright blue eyes, and vibrant red hair, that I didn't realize who it is at first. "Please sit," the queen says as she settles herself and her skirts into the pale chair. I sit down, feeling like a mouse in the large chair. "Well, Queen, I mean, Your Grace." I stumble and feel a flush creep up the back of my neck. "Don't fret yourself, my dear. If it helps you to feel more comfortable, you may call me Moraine. I'm sure in the future we will become close friends," she says, laying a comforting hand on mine. "I am here to be your friend." She sends me a soft, comforting smile across the table. "Please explain to Serena and me what you went through with the test." All right. "Moraine," I say, slowly testing the name on my tongue. I glance towards Serena. She waves a hand, gently coaxing me to continue. "Well, you were right. I did see something when I was in the lake." A smile plays at the corner of the queen's lips, but she says nothing. I plow on. I was swimming around just looking, but at the same time, I didn't know what I was doing. Curiosity got a hold of me, and I had to see what was in this cave. There, I found a mermaid called the Ragna. She showed me that I could breathe underwater. She also said that I was the chosen one, and that this was just the tip of what I would be able to do. I jump as an elf comes around the back of the queen's chair. The queen glances behind her casually and says, "Now, Damien, what have I told you about sneaking up on me, especially when I have a guest?" she says, but there is clearly no scorn in her voice. "I am sorry, Your Majesty," he says, but he doesn't sound sorry to me. "I came here to tell you that it is time to get ready for the ceremony. All of my men have been prepped. Do you have any additional requests?" he asks, glancing at me. "Thank you, Damien. Shauna, this is Damien. He has been a member of the High Guard for years. I recently promoted him to Master of the High Guard. He served my father, may his soul rest in peace. Then, when I had my coronation, he swore an oath to protect me, especially after the chaos that my sister created with her short reign. Damien is my main protector, but also my advisor." "I think," she says, turning back to him, "you should advise them to begin high alert and post more people at the exits." "It will be done, Your Majesty," he says with a ready bow. "Shauna, you shall go with me. You can finish telling me what you know while I get ready in my rooms." I follow the queen to her chambers, Serena flanking me, and try not to look out of place as Moraine's ladies-in-waiting take her to another room. She leaves in a dark gray dress, and they help her into a fabulous deep blue one. The room is large, open, and airy. Its high ceilings come together at a point from which a large crystal chandelier hangs. Serena and I wait until they finish buttoning up every tiny silver button up Moraine's back, and the ladies in waiting leave before continuing to tell her about the things I saw in the lake. My lady, I don't know what I'm doing. I've never had gills before. I've never been able to breathe underwater. What makes now so different? We believe, at least what the elders who are still able to practice say, is that it is a combination. As we elves celebrate Mabon this week, we dedicate several ceremonies to water. The lake test has just become one of those rituals. So, in this time of magic and tradition, it is believed to more clearly reveal a Fritual. The second is influenced by you. Elves used to develop powers at different rates. We test at a time when powers have become most obvious in the past. What will your powers be? You may have been able to hold your breath for a long time in the past. Now you can breathe. Or you were a strong swimmer. Now you can shape the water to push you through, the queen says, sitting in a chair and arranging her skirts around her in a gentle arc. What is your next question? I glance at Serena. Well, I guess, why me? Why not my sister? She is older after all. She took the test. Why doesn't she have any powers? I believe I can answer that one, Serena says, guessing my other question. Yes, Shauna, there is a chance that we are related. But in the 400 years since I had my baby, there hasn't been much time for me to extend that line. If my son has, that is his bidding. So there is a chance you are a direct descendant of Matron. So there is a slim possibility that in the time you could learn a second magic. However, you could just be blessed by the goddess. She may have looked into your heart and seen goodness and chosen you. You have earned the title of Fritual today. You are chosen. I don't really feel blessed, I mumble. You may not feel worthy now, Serena says, but in time you will begin to understand your powers more. You will. She smiles. My matron was the same way. He hid his powers for so long. But once he embraced them, no one could stop him. Except for the dark ones that killed him. His own father, I think. A knock at the door makes all three of us jump. Enter, Moraine says. A servant enters and bows. You are needed downstairs. Those who have gone through the testing have all gathered below at the gates. All right. I will be there shortly. Please remind Damien that I want the guards on high alert. As you command, your grace. The servant bows and quickly makes his way from the room. Serena turns to me. I have something I want to discuss with you. Something I want you to know is not going to be easy, but from experience may be the best thing for you. I feel a pang of unease in my stomach. Yes, for a long time, before Matron was known as the first Fritual, before I knew him, he hid his power so he could try to learn who he was. You don't really have that option, but it might be good for you to do that after tonight, she says slowly, gauging my reaction. You want me to go into hiding, I say, the words feeling like they are falling out of my mouth. Moraine looks more serious than ever. I have reports of darkness brewing. I am working hard to get official reports, but no one has come back yet. She pauses, glancing at Serena. We want to keep you safe, give you a chance to train and understand what is happening to you. It will also help to ensure that your family is safe. At the very least, we hope a separation will do that. But My mother just died a few months ago. If I leave, it'll tear my family apart, I say. I know it will be very hard, Serena says. But I hope your family will be understanding. It would only be for a few months, and you would just stay here in the palace, just like Matron did. You won't be shipped off somewhere. I don't care. How does that make it any better? So what they're across the lake? If you keep me here and won't let me go see them, what is the point? I feel my mouth turning to sandpaper. I can't do this. I won't. Moraine turns and slips earrings through her ears. My dear, I know there isn't a lot of time for you to process this. Her voice is firm, almost patronizing. I shake my head, trying to stop the tears from forming on my eyelashes. No, I say to her, into the tears that start to fall. But it is time you become known and take your title. With a gentle hand, she reaches up and wipes away a tear. I pull away, and she smiles a sort of half-smile. I know you will be astonishing. My heart pounds in my chest. I want to go home. Hi everybody, this is Caitlin Costello, the author and narrator of the Frituals. If you've enjoyed this podcast so far, please leave a review or a rating where you listened. It really helps to get the podcast in front of more people. If you can't possibly wait for another episode of the Frituals, fear not, because the full audiobook is now available. A slew of stores, including Google Play, Apple, HiBooks, Scribd, Chirp, Kobo, Walmart, audiobooks.com, and Nook Audiobooks, and it's being added to more stores every single day. It's also available at your local library, so if you request it from your library, they should be able to get it into their system fairly quickly. I am running a sale currently on signed print editions of the book, and these are 20% off using code SPOOKY through October 31st. That is code SPOOKY through October 31st from CaitlinCostello.com. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you next week.